Hey everyone! Ever wondered what the birth of Jesus would look like in a cyberpunk world? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to take you on a journey through a neon-lit, rain-soaked, dystopian future. Picture this. It's the year 2077. The skies are filled with hovering drones, giant holographic advertisements, and the hum of electric cars zipping by. Our story begins in the heart of Neo-Bethlehem, a sprawling metropolis where towering skyscrapers pierce the sky. Mary and Joseph, not your typical biblical figures, are now cyber-enhanced individuals. Mary's eyes glow with a digital shimmer, and Joseph's arm is a sleek, robotic masterpiece. They're on the run from corporate bounty hunters seeking refuge in the underbelly of the city. The innkeepers of old have been replaced by shady motel owners and black market dealers. Every door they knock on is either shut in their faces or opens to reveal a room already crammed with other desperate souls. Finally, they find a rundown cyber garage, the modern-day stable. Inside, the low hum of machinery and flickering neon lights set the scene. Amidst the discarded parts and oily rags, Mary gives birth to Jesus. But this isn't just any baby. Jesus is born with a glowing aura of pure energy, a beacon of hope in this grim world. The wise men? They're now elite hackers, tracing digital trails and decoding hidden messages. Guided by a celestial satellite, they arrive bearing gifts of rare tech relics and encrypted data chips. They kneel, their augmented reality visors reflecting the dazzling light emanating from the newborn. And the shepherds? In this world, they're rogue AI units, malfunctioning yet drawn to the energy pulse of Jesus' birth. They gather, their circuits buzzing with newfound purpose. Angels, depicted as glowing holograms projected from advanced drones, appear and proclaim the good news. Their voices, a harmonious blend of human and synthetic tones, echo through the cyber garage declaring, "Peace on earth, goodwill to all humanity." This cyberpunk nativity is a reminder that even in the darkest, most dystopian futures, hope and light can emerge. The birth of Jesus in a futuristic world symbolizes the timeless nature of his message, transcending time and technology. So, as you navigate through this holiday season, remember the story of Neo-Bethlehem. Whether it's 2077 or 2025, the spirit of Christmas remains unchanged.
Hey there, sci-fi fans. Imagine if you could fuse the ancient teachings of Jesus with a gritty, neon-lit cyberpunk world. Intrigued? Good, because today's story is about a young Jesus leading a cyberpunk revolution. The year is 2145. Society is divided by towering skyscrapers and the underbelly of a sprawling, chaotic urban jungle. Here, among the flickering holograms and constant hum of drones, we find Jesus, a young, rebellious figure. But this Jesus isn't just a preacher, he's a hacker. One day, Jesus steps into a decrepit temple, its once sacred walls now covered in digital graffiti. The congregation is a mix of the downtrodden, the curious, and the desperate. With a worn-out hoodie and eyes that pierce through the digital fog, he begins to speak. "Blessed are the ones who defy the system," he declares. His voice echoes through the metallic space, capturing the attention of everyone around, for they will inherit the freedom we've been denied. He talks about the corrupt mega-corporations that control every aspect of life, from the food supply to the very air they breathe. "It's time to rise," he urges. "Time to reclaim what is ours, time to hack our way to freedom." The crowd is electrified. They gather closer, hanging on his every word. Jesus shares the blueprint for a digital revolution. He teaches them to hack the oppressive systems, to spread messages of hope through encrypted channels, and to build a network of resistance. "Love your neighbor," he instructs, "but never let your guard down." The system thrives on division, so we must unite. His teachings combine age-old wisdom with cutting-edge technology, creating a unique doctrine for this dystopian age. Soon his followers, dubbed the Disciples of Data, begin to make waves. They hijack the city's massive billboards, replacing ads for mindless consumerism with calls for unity and freedom. They hack into corporate databases, exposing corruption and greed. They are a digital force to be reckoned with. As the movement grows, so does the backlash. The corporate overlords deploy advanced AIs and mercenary hackers to crush the uprising, but Jesus and his followers are relentless. They fight not just with code, but with conviction. In the end, it's not just about hacking systems, but hearts and minds. Jesus' message spreads far and wide, igniting a spark of hope in the darkest corners of the city. His revolution isn't just a battle against technology, but a fight for humanity itself. So what do you think? Could Jesus lead a cyberpunk revolution? Would his ancient wisdom find a place in our future world?
All right, sci-fi fans, buckle up for a wild ride into the neon-lit dystopian future. Imagine a world where skyscrapers pierce the smog-filled sky, holographic ads flicker on every corner, and the hum of flying cars fills the air. In this cybernetic metropolis, amidst the chaos and corruption, a new figure emerges, a shaman Jesus Christ, but not as you've ever seen him before. He's a figure of hope, draped in a glowing trench coat, his eyes scanning the city with a sense of purpose. He's not just a man, he's a symbol, a beacon in the darkness, guiding lost souls through the neon maze. And today we witness a pivotal moment, the baptism of cyberpunk Jesus by none other than revolutionary John the Baptist. John isn't your typical prophet, he's a cyber rebel, hacking into the mainframe to fight the system. His arm a fusion of flesh and metal, his heart filled with the fire of revolution. The scene is set on a rooftop, far above the grime of the streets, where a makeshift altar of discarded tech glows faintly. As the rain pours down, washing away the city's sins, cyberpunk Jesus steps forward. John stands ready, his mechanical arm whirring softly as he raises a vial of purified water. "Are you ready to embrace your destiny?" John asks, his voice a blend of static and determination. Jesus nods, his eyes locking onto John's, a silent understanding passing between them. With a swift motion, John pours the water over Jesus' head, the droplets sizzling as they meet his cybernetic implants. The city seems to hold its breath, the only sound the rhythmic patter of rain. And then, something extraordinary happens. Jesus' eyes light up with a radiant glow, his circuits humming with newfound energy. The once dim rooftop is now illuminated by his presence, a halo of light encircling him. John steps back, awestruck, as Jesus rises, his transformation complete. "From this day forward you are reborn," John declares, his voice echoing through the rain-soaked night. Jesus looks out over the city, his mission clear. He is the shepherd of this digital flock, ready to lead them to salvation in this cybernetic age. As the scene fades, think about this. In a world dominated by technology, who will rise to guide us? Could it be someone like cyberpunk Jesus, a blend of the divine and the digital? Only time will tell. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the cyberpunk realm.
Hey there, sci-fi fans. Today, I'm diving into a world where neon lights flicker in the eternal night and skyscrapers pierce through the digital smog. Imagine this, a cyberpunk Jesus Christ. Yeah, you heard me right. Picture this. In a dystopian future, amidst towering megacities, a young man named Joshua emerges. But Joshua isn't just any ordinary guy. He's a beacon of hope in a world dominated by corporations and corrupted by greed. He's the cyberpunk version of Jesus Christ. And he's on a mission to find his apostles. So how does one become the Lamb of God in a world of neon and chrome? Joshua starts in the underbelly of Neo-Jerusalem, a sprawling city where tech and humanity intertwine. He's a hacker, but not just any hacker. His skills are legendary, and his code, it's practically divine. Joshua's first apostle? Meet Peter, a former corporate soldier turned cyber mercenary. Peter's got the brawn and the tech know-how, but he's lost his way. Joshua saves him from a deadly ambush, earning his trust and loyalty. Together, they navigate the perilous streets, seeking others who can help spread their message of hope. Next up, Mary. She's a street-smart info broker with a heart of gold hiding behind a tough exterior. When she crosses paths with Joshua, she sees something different in him, something pure. She joins the cause, providing crucial intel and connections. As they gather more apostles, each with their unique skills and backgrounds, they face off against the oppressive forces of the mega corporations. John, a brilliant coder who can hack into any system. James, a rogue AI specialist who believes in the sanctity of free will. And Thomas, a skeptical journalist determined to uncover the truth. Their journey isn't easy. They face constant danger, betrayals, and the ever-present surveillance of the mega corporations. But Joshua's unwavering faith and vision of a better world keep them going. In this cyberpunk landscape, Joshua's miracles aren't turning water into wine or walking on water. Instead, he restores corrupted data, brings down oppressive systems, and heals those wounded by the digital war. His actions inspire a growing movement, a rebellion against the corporate overlords. But the ultimate test? The crucifixion. Captured by the corporations, Joshua is publicly executed in a digital spectacle meant to crush the rebellion. Yet, in true cyberpunk fashion, his consciousness is uploaded to the cloud, living on as a digital messiah. His apostles, now leaders of the rebellion, continue his mission, spreading the message of hope and freedom. Joshua's legacy lives on, inspiring countless others to fight for a world where humanity and technology coexist in harmony. So there you have it, a cyberpunk Jesus Christ finding his apostles and igniting a revolution. It's a tale of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of belief.
Hey, sci-fi fans, imagine this. A neon-drenched cityscape, towering skyscrapers and streets buzzing with the hum of futuristic tech. Welcome to Neon City, 2077. A place where the line between humanity and machine is blurred. And miracles, well, miracles are just another Tuesday. Our story begins with a figure cloaked in a shimmering robe, strolling through the rain-soaked alleys. This is Cyberpunk Jesus, a shaman with the power to manipulate life and death. But today, he's on a mission to bring back Lazarus. Lazarus, a renowned hacker, lies lifeless in a dimly lit apartment, surrounded by flickering screens and holograms, his body cold and motionless, a victim of a deadly cyber attack. The city mourns its lost genius, but Cyberpunk Jesus, he sees an opportunity. With a wave of his hand, the room begins to glow. Energy pulses through the air, crackling with intensity, his eyes glowing a vibrant blue. Lock onto Lazarus. He steps closer, placing his hands over the lifeless body, and whispers ancient code, a blend of ancient scripture and futuristic algorithms. "Rise, Lazarus," he commands. And just like that, the impossible happens. Lazarus gasps for air, his eyes snapping open, filled with a mix of confusion and awe. The screens around them burst to life, displaying streams of data and vibrant colors, reflecting the miracle that just unfolded. The citizens of Neon City look on in astonishment. The whispers of Cyberpunk Jesus' power spread like wildfire. Is he a savior? A messiah of the digital age, or is he something more? Questions linger, but one thing is clear. In a world dominated by technology, the essence of humanity and the mysteries of the universe remain intertwined. Lazarus, now alive, stands beside Cyberpunk Jesus, reborn not just in body but in spirit. Together they look out over the city, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The city that never sleeps has witnessed a resurrection, a miracle that defies logic and reason. So sci-fi fans, what's next for Cyberpunk Jesus and Lazarus? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, in Neon City, the extraordinary is just the beginning.
Hey there, sci-fi fans! Imagine this. Jesus Christ, but not as you know him. Picture him in a neon-soaked city, towering skyscrapers with the hum of hovercrafts above. Welcome to Cyberpunk Jesus, the futuristic sermon. In this cyberpunk world, Jesus isn't just a figure in robes. He's clad in sleek, futuristic armor, glowing with energy from 1,000 neon lights. His eyes, augmented with the latest tech, see beyond the visible spectrum. And here he stands, on a platform in the middle of the city, looking out at a crowd of cyber-enhanced citizens, hackers, and rebels. "Blessed are the poor in spirit," he begins, his voice amplified through floating drones, echoing through the concrete canyons. "For theirs is the kingdom of heaven." But this isn't a kingdom of old, it's a new realm, a digital paradise. "Blessed are those who mourn," he says, his voice softening, "for they shall be comforted." In this future, the promise of comfort comes through virtual reality, where memories of lost ones can be relived. It's a bittersweet comfort, this digital resurrection. "Blessed are the meek," Jesus continues, "for they shall inherit the earth." And in this world, the meek are the hackers, the ones who navigate the shadows of cyberspace, reclaiming data and freedom from the megacore. "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness," he proclaims, "for they shall be filled." And here, righteousness is a fight against corruption, a battle waged in the virtual realms and the neon-lit streets. "Blessed are the merciful," he says, a holographic tear tracing his cheek, "for they shall obtain mercy." Mercy is scarce in this dystopia, but those who show it become beacons of hope, their acts of kindness lighting up the darkness. "Blessed are the pure in heart," he continues, "for they shall see God." In this future, purity is rare, but those who maintain it find themselves closer to the divine, even in a world dominated by machines and megabytes. Blessed are the peacemakers, he declares, for they shall be called the children of God. Peacemakers are the ones who hack for justice, who fight not with weapons, but with codes and algorithms, bringing balance to a chaotic world. And finally, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. He finishes, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Persecution here means being chased by drones, hunted by corporations, but standing firm in the belief that a better world is possible. As Jesus concludes his sermon, the crowd is silent, awed by his words. In this cyberpunk world, his message is just as revolutionary as it was 2,000 years ago. It's a call to action, a beacon of hope in a neon-lit dystopia. In the neon-lit streets of Neo-Jerusalem, the air was thick with tension. The city, once a beacon of prosperity, had become a playground for the corrupt elite. But on this night, a new hope was about to rise. I am Jesus, but not the one you know from ancient scriptures. I am Cyberpunk Jesus, a fusion of flesh and machine, born out of the rebellion against the oppressive regime. The time for revolution is now. The capital's massive gates stood tall, guarded by an army of cybernetic soldiers. With a wave of my hand, I sent a signal to my followers, a legion of hackers, rebels, and dreamers, united by a single-purpose liberation. Tonight, we reclaim our city, I declared, my voice echoing through the network. The streets came alive with the hum of electric energy as drones swarmed the skies and holograms flashed our symbol, a glowing cross, redefined for a new era. As I stepped forward, the first line of defense crumbled under the force of our collective will. The cyber soldiers, once considered invincible, now fell like dominoes. Each step I took was a step closer to freedom, but the capital wasn't going to fall easily. The elites had their own tricks, deploying firewalls and EMP blasts to disrupt our advance. Yet, we were prepared. My team of elite hackers countered every move, turning their own tech against them. Inside the capital, the true battle began. The heart of the city was a labyrinth of sleek corridors and towering data servers. We fought our way through, encountering resistance at every turn, but with each victory, our resolve grew stronger. Finally, we reached the control center, the nerve center of the regime's power. I faced the leader, a man more machine than human, the epitome of the corruption we sought to end. Your reign is over, I said, my voice steady but filled with righteous anger. A flash of light and the final showdown commenced. It wasn't just a battle of strength, but of will and belief. In that moment I realized that the true power lay not in our machines, but in our unity and determination. With a final surge, I deactivated the leader's control, and the capital's defenses fell silent. The city, now free, erupted in cheers. The revolution had begun, but the journey was far from over. As dawn broke over Neo-Jerusalem, I stood with my followers looking out over the city we had reclaimed. This is just the beginning, I said, my voice filled with hope. Together, we will build a new world. And so, the legend of Cyberpunk Jesus and the Capitol Uprising began, a tale of courage, unity, and the indomitable human spirit.
Hey there, cyberpunks. Today I'm diving into a gritty, neon-soaked tale of betrayal like no other. Picture this, the Last Supper, but instead of ancient Jerusalem, it's a sprawling cyberpunk metropolis. Imagine towering skyscrapers piercing through the fog, streets lit with flickering neon signs and the distant hum of flying cars. Jesus, our central figure, isn't just a savior, he's a legendary hacker, leading a team of rogue operatives fighting against the oppressive mega-corporations. Now meet Judas. In this world, he's a slick and shadowy assassin cloaked in mystery with cybernetic enhancements that make him the perfect double agent. The mission, to bring down the corrupt establishment. The twist, Judas has been secretly working for the enemy. As the story unfolds, Jesus and his disciples gather in a hidden underground hideout. The air is thick with tension as they plan their next move against the sinister corp that rules the city. Holographic maps flicker on the walls, displaying their targets and escape routes. Judas, with his piercing cybernetic eye, watches intently, calculating his every move. You can see the conflict in his expression, torn between loyalty and betrayal. The city outside is a labyrinth of lights and shadows, a perfect backdrop for the ultimate act of treachery. Just as the team is about to finalize their plan, Judas makes his move. He sends a secret signal through his neural interface to the corpse enforcers. Betrayal in a world of ones and zeros. The hideout doors burst open and heavily armed soldiers storm in. Chaos erupts. Laser fire cuts through the air and the disciples scramble to defend themselves. Jesus, with his unmatched hacking skills, tries to override the security systems, but it's too late. The corpse forces have them surrounded. Judas steps forward, his face a mask of cold determination. He meets Jesus' gaze, and for a moment time seems to stand still. There's a silent exchange of sorrow and regret. The ultimate betrayal, etched in the neon lights of this cyberpunk nightmare. As the soldiers close in, Jesus is captured, his fate sealed by the one he trusted most. The city's skyline looms ominously in the background, a testament to the corruption and greed that fueled this betrayal. But remember, in the world of cyberpunk, hope and rebellion never truly die. Even in the darkest times, there's always a spark ready to ignite change. And perhaps, just perhaps, this betrayal is the catalyst for a new revolution.
Imagine a neon-lit cityscape where towering skyscrapers pierce the sky and the hum of hovercars fills the air. This is not ancient Jerusalem, this is a dystopian, cyberpunk future. And at the heart of it, a familiar scene unfolds. In this world of glowing advertisements and cybernetic enhancements, a figure stands out. Jesus, clad in a tattered robe that seems out of place in this high-tech wonderland, is being led through the streets by robotic soldiers. The crowd, a mix of humans and androids, watches in a blend of curiosity and indifference. The cross, a hulking piece of metal with LED lights, stands tall at the center of the city square. Jesus is hoisted up, his body silhouetted against the neon glow of the city. His face, though marred by pain, radiates an unyielding calm. Nearby, Mary Magdalene stands, her eyes filled with tears. She too is out of place, a figure of pure emotion in a world driven by cold logic and artificial intelligence. Her sobs are drowned out by the city's relentless noise, but her presence is a stark reminder of the humanity that persists even in the darkest of times. As Jesus hangs on the cross, the city continues its ceaseless hustle. Hovercars zip by, holographic billboards flash advertisements, and the citizens, lost in their own digital worlds, pay little heed to the ancient scene unfolding before them. Yet in the midst of this cyberpunk chaos, a small group of rebels watches. They are the remnants of a once great faith, now driven underground by the all-powerful tech conglomerates that rule this world. They see in Jesus not just a figure of the past, but a symbol of resistance against the dehumanizing forces of technology. Jesus' final moments are marked by a poignant silence. The city's noise fades away, and for a brief moment time seems to stand still. His last words, "It is finished," echo through the steel canyons of the city, a haunting reminder of sacrifice and hope. Mary Magdalene falls to her knees, her cries of anguish cutting through the silence. The rebels, inspired by the scene, vow to continue their fight, to keep alive the spirit of humanity in a world increasingly dominated by machines. In this cyberpunk world, the crucifixion of Jesus serves as a powerful allegory. It is a reminder that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, the core values of love, sacrifice, and resistance to oppression remain timeless. As the scene fades, the city's lights continue to pulse, but something has changed. A spark of rebellion has been ignited, and the story of Jesus, even in this high-tech dystopia, continues to inspire.
Introduction. Imagine a world where neon lights cast shadows on crumbling buildings, where the line between humanity and machine is blurred. Welcome to the Cyberpunk universe. Today, I dive into a story unlike any other, the near-death experience of Cyberpunk Jesus in the tomb. Scene 1. Our scene opens in a dark metallic tomb, the harsh glow of flickering fluorescent lights casting an eerie pallor. The tomb door, a massive steel construct, stands sealed shut. Inside lies Jesus, clad in a fusion of ancient robes and high-tech cybernetics. His body, lifeless, appears suspended in a web of glowing wires and tubes. Scene 2. Suddenly, a surge of energy courses through the tomb. The machinery hums to life, a cascade of sparks and lights filling the room. Jesus' eyes snap open, glowing a vivid blue. He gasps, a sound that echoes through the tomb like an ancient prophecy reborn. This is not a simple resurrection. It's a cybernetic awakening. Scene 3. As Jesus fights to comprehend his surroundings, memories flood his mind. He recalls the crucifixion, the pain, and the darkness that followed. Yet there's something more, a vision. He finds himself in a vast, otherworldly space, a digital void filled with floating data streams and shifting codes. Is this heaven, or a construct of his cybernetic mind? Scene 4. In this near-death experience, he encounters a figure cloaked in light, a being of pure energy who speaks without words. The figure shows him glimpses of a shattered world, a dystopian Earth crying for salvation. The message is clear. He has a mission: to bridge the gap between organic and synthetic, to be a savior in this neon-soaked future. Scene 5. Back in the tomb, Jesus' cybernetic enhancements begin to stabilize. His mind, once overwhelmed, now sharpens with purpose. He rises, breaking free from the web of wires. The tomb door groans open, and he steps into a world of rain-soaked streets and towering skyscrapers. The resurrection is complete, but the story has just begun. Conclusion. Cyberpunk Jesus, reborn in a fusion of flesh and technology, steps into the neon-lit streets with a mission to save a world on the brink. His near-death experience in the tomb was not just a resurrection, but a transformation, a new dawn in a cybernetic age.
Alright folks, get ready for an epic journey unlike anything you've ever heard before. Picture this: a dystopian future, neon lights flicker in the rain-soaked streets and towering skyscrapers pierce the dark, smog-filled sky. This is where our story begins. In this cyberpunk odyssey, Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene are on the run. The world has changed drastically since their time, but the essence of their mission remains the same: survival and hope. They're aboard a sleek, high-tech merchant boat captained by none other than Jesus' uncle, a rogue trader with a heart of gold and a ship full of secrets. As they set sail from the chaotic remnants of the Holy Land, the boat glides smoothly over the dark waters, illuminated by the neon glow of distant cityscapes. The hum of advanced technology blends with the soothing waves, creating a symphony of futuristic escapism. Mary, ever the vigilant companion, scans the horizon with her cyber-enhanced vision. "We're not safe yet," she warns, her voice a mix of concern and determination. Jesus nods, his eyes reflecting the city lights lost in thought. He knows the road ahead is fraught with danger, but their destination, France, holds the promise of a new beginning. Suddenly, the calm is shattered by the roar of engines. A fleet of drones, sent by a powerful corporation bent on capturing them, descends from the skies. The boat's defenses spring to life, automated turrets firing at the incoming threat. Jesus and Mary spring into action, utilizing their combined skills and faith to fend off the attackers. Jesus, with his cybernetic arm, hacks into the drone's systems, causing them to malfunction and crash into the sea. Mary, a master of martial combat, dispatches any drone that gets too close. The battle is fierce, but their resolve is unshakable. As the last drone falls, the boat speeds away, leaving the wreckage behind. Breathing heavily, Jesus and Mary collapse onto the deck, their bond stronger than ever. "We did it," Mary whispers, a smile breaking through her exhaustion. Jesus looks out at the horizon where the first light of dawn begins to break through the darkness. "This is just the beginning," he replies, his voice filled with hope. France is still a long way off, but with each passing wave, they draw closer to a future where they can truly be free. And so their cyberpunk odyssey continues, a tale of faith, resilience, and the unyielding quest for a better tomorrow. Hey cyberpunk enthusiasts! Today, I dive into a world where neon lights flicker in the shadows of towering skyscrapers, a world where the line between man and machine is blurred. Welcome to the Cyberpunk Ascension, the revolutionary tale of Jesus Christ in a futuristic dystopia. Picture this, a sprawling megacity, drenched in rain, the streets alive with the hum of hover cars and the distant chatter of cyber-enhanced citizens. Amidst this chaotic symphony, there rises a figure cloaked in a tattered trenchcoat, his eyes reflecting the electric blue glow of the city. This is no ordinary man, this is Cyberpunk Jesus. Born from the ashes of a broken system, he carries the weight of a digital cross, symbolizing the burden of humanity's sins and the hope for redemption. With each step, he gathers followers, the oppressed and the lost, those yearning for a new dawn in this neon-lit nightmare. His teachings resonate through the dark alleys and underground networks spreading like wildfire in the cyber circuits. Now let's fast forward to the climax, the ultimate showdown. The megacorps have had enough of this revolutionary messiah. They deploy their enforcers, cyber angels if you will, armed with blades of light and wings that shimmer in the digital haze. But Cyberpunk Jesus is not alone. His faithful disciples, a ragtag group of hackers, street warriors and augmented rebels stand by his side. They fight, not with weapons, but with the power of unity and belief. In a breathtaking moment, amidst the chaos and destruction, Cyberpunk Jesus ascends. His form dissolves into a burst of pure light, transcending the physical realm and ascending to a higher plane. The angels, witnessing this divine ascension, lower their weapons in awe. His followers stand in silent reverence as the light engulfs the city, a beacon of hope piercing through the darkness. The message is clear. Even in the bleakest of futures, faith and unity can lead to salvation. Cyberpunk Jesus' ascension is not just a departure, it's a promise that he will return, to guide humanity once more towards a brighter future. Thanks for joining me on this electrifying journey through the cyberpunk realm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tales from the neon-soaked streets of the future. Until next time, keep your circuits buzzing and your lights burning bright.